Hello everyone, am I audible? Mm, I am only seeing 7 people, so should we wait a couple of minutes for others to join us? Yeah, I guess we should do that. Mm, yeah, so moving on to today's agenda, we're going to have personal wins and organizational updates, educational updates, finance updates, and so let me check from the call. Um, yeah, let's start with uh, ዳዊት አዲሴ. Hey Dave, if you could hear us, please share us your personal wins of this week. Okay, Dave might not be, maybe he's having difficulties, so let's move on to the next Dave. I guess Dave, David Alamayu.
Okay. Hi everyone. So my personal win it might be it's a year since I joined A2SV. This is actually last week was my officially 1 year. So I'm actually having
Congrats, you've made it.
basically a year. And what was it? Yeah, after like 5 or 6 years, totally like actually 10 years, we met up with my friends since high school, after high school and university, we didn't meet up. So it was almost 10 years or more than 10 years. We didn't meet up. So it was a big thing. Even if I didn't stay that long, it was a big deal for them. They stay for until midnight, something like that. So this one, personally, personal lose, United lose the game as well, even if it was friendly, and they lose the game yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is it. So I have to nominate someone
Yeah.
from education squad. I'm nominating Mohammed Rashad from Marrakech office.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. For those who do not know me, my name is Mohammed Rashad, and I am G6 in-person head of education. As for my personal wins this week, I didn't have an eventful week, but I met a relative whom I haven't seen for a long time, and I was really happy about that. And yeah, that was a personal win for me. I don't believe I had any other personal wins. So I think I will be nominating someone else.
Yeah.
Um, Bamlak Tadese.
Hello, everyone. So, my name is Bamla Kadasa, and for my personal wins, I would say, um, yeah, I have successfully planning to run a live stream show of my channels, which I'm running, community which I'm running, that which is called Data Coach. And yeah, I think that's all I can say.
Okay, so Bombak, you have to nominate someone.
Okay, okay. Um, Maybe Mikas Vendemari.
Okay, hello everyone. Uh, so my personal win for this week is I have a personal application, so mobile application, and I got 2.3k download. So that's my personal win for this week. So I would nominate someone.
Yeah. It's going to be the last person though.
Okay, Kimball.
Thanks, Nikki. For me, okay, one thing I consider as a personal win is like most of the time, like, I can't sleep in the morning. But like this week, I managed to sleep like for 2 days until 7 and
Can if your mic is not very clear to,
oh,
yeah, if you could clear up, yeah. I guess Kane got disconnected. So
what I was not on.
yeah, it's better.
Okay. Yes, okay. Like for me, I don't think if this can be considered as a win, but like I don't have a habit of sleeping in the morning. But this week I managed to sleep until 7 past 15 or something like that. And,
I don't think
uh,
if that's a good thing.
yeah, but like I usually try to sleep in the morning, but I couldn't. But this week I,
Oh,
I did sleep. Yeah, that's a win for me. Actually. And
So
for the
you find out like your body can function like normal people's, right?
yeah,
Yeah. All right. So any other wins? I mean, you want to share?
like no, I don't have. Maybe one win. You guys know that we are working from home, right? Team Adult. So
Yeah.
this week we cooked something like for lunch, and yes, that's something we can consider as a win as well.
I mean, what was the food? Tell us about the process.
Like you
No, no.
love like
Is there anyone sick
Indomie.
from your team?
No, it is.
Yeah. So that was like expected. I mean, so who was the lead chief, or is it true, or
The chef. Oh, okay. I think there is an intern. Her name is Galila. I'm not sure if she's in the meeting or not. Like today, she wrote a heads up and she did not join us.
I guess
So
your role was just eating,
Yeah,
right?
technically didn't cook anything. She was the one who cooking the food, right? So you were there
Yeah.
supporting emotionally.
no, I
Yeah.
helped. That was
What did you bring the water and like
yes,
some other stuff?
and, like something. Yeah, even bringing the water is helping, right? So and the team was happy and we were laughing and having a good conversation. That was like the win in having in
Okay.
cooking a meal together. Yeah.
So that might be a good thing to take. I think, I guess I would take this experiencing and implement it to my team. I guess skill bridge teams. Make sure that you guys learn cooking and stuff. You're the next team who's going to having this experience. Okay, let's move on to our next agenda, and it's going to be um, organizational updates, and it's going to be presented by Emery.
Team, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So Emre is occupied with some other thing right now, so he can't
All right.
present organizational win right now.
All right. So is it going to be presented later?
I think so.
Yeah. We are hoping a different voice from that account. And okay, let's move on to the next one. So we have, I guess, Ethiopian education updates, and it's going to be presented by Mohammed. So Mohammed, please continue.
Okay, thank you, Aman. Okay, so starting off with the G5 second year education and internships updates. The G5 second year education students are currently on a break because they're taking their final exams in their respective schools. So yeah, to give them enough space and time to work on their exams, a break has been given to them and it's still going on this week. And the next phase planning has also been started, actually going on this week too. The G5 squad is working on it, and it's the plan for the next phase is being polished right now. As for the interns, they have already been assigned into their respective projects, and they're still they are working on the projects with their respective teams. And these are the wins for the G5 education and intern updates. As for the plans for the next week, the finals break is planned to continue because their final exams won't end next week, and also the planning for the next phase is supposed to continue next week. So once the G5 education squad comes back, they could give us more updates regarding this. So moving on to the G6 education updates, which I am part of. This week has also been a break for the G6 education students because they are also taking their final exams. And yeah, once they come back, the next education phase will commence. But right now they are on a break. Another win for this week is that we had a meeting with Emre regarding the next phase. So the team leads from each school convened with Emre and had discussions on some vital points regarding what the next phase is going to be and how it might go. And it has been decided that the next phase is going to be project phase. So the planning for it has already commenced, and it's an ongoing action item. So we are also planning how the next phase, which is the project phase, will also be done. Another win is that we plan to finalize the 8th round of one-on-ones this week. So the heads of education will be contacting their respective students this week for the 8th round. And yeah, the 8th round is planned to finalize by today or tomorrow. Moving on to the plans for the G6 education, the project phase planning is supposed to continue next week too. We don't have a full clear picture right now, so the planning will continue, and yeah, we hope to have more clearer pictures in the coming weeks. We also plan to start the 9th round of one-on-ones next week, and yeah, these are the plans for the next week from the G6 education site. If you guys have any questions, I will answer. Okay, if not, that's all from my side, Abel Amani.
Okay, are you calling me by my surname? Oh,
Yeah.
that was cool. Okay, so for all of you guys, I hate it when people call me Abel. If you can, if I mean, like, I would recommend you to call me Aman. All right. So, Amber, if you're ready, can you give us an organizational update, or should we continue to the next one? All right. So let's get back to organizational updates.
Thank you very much, Aman. So, team, like some good news. Right now, we have a date for the removal of the travel ban. But the sour news, that date is Tuesday. So, I won't be able to attend South by Southway London, which is starting on Monday. It's a great technology and art event. My friends were kind enough to get me a free badge. So, that was a golden opportunity. And thanks to Ethiopia, we have to waste that opportunity. But we'll update our plans and continue our way. When we take a look at the wins of the week, so we had a very good sync with Masar folks today, and now we have a better understanding of what they want. And for people who don't have the background information, Masar is the name of the project we are doing with some HR people, including the HR director of Ministry of Communication Information Technologies, Qatar, and they want to make the launch in 2 months. So this is a golden opportunity for us. Team Akil is specializing the platform for their needs, and now we are going to build something higher level, a landing page, and Akil like product is going to be one of the services that is provided there. And we had this information. We are going to create the new version of the landing page, and the first version will be out on Wednesday. Next. So the cash injection, the money that is collected for Abrehot rent as well as for grand operations has entered into our account. So we started distributing loans today with David, Finance David. So expect the money to hit your account early next week. Today is Friday. As you know, it takes a few business days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, latest, you should receive the expected loan payments in your accounts. For any inquiries, feel free to open a chat window among yourself, me, and David Adise. Next, we had a great meeting with UNDP folks. So they are about to launch AI for Sustainability program. The launch event is going to take place in Italy, June 20th. They have invited me, and we have also discussed in what ways we can partner. So there is a follow-up email which I'm going to send today. I wanted to send it yesterday, but I couldn't finish it since I was severely sick. But I feel better today. So my energy is maybe 60% back. I'm really hoping that tomorrow morning I'll be able to run. Next, so some of the bill payments, like corporate house in Ghana, we had some insurance payments, some registration payments waiting in the US. They are taken care of. And there were some failed payments throughout this incident. I have also reached out to Brex. Now that we have the resources, we are going to complete those waiting bill payments, and hopefully that will be finished next week. Likewise, loan distribution has started, and we expect it to be completed early next week. And there is some Ethiopia paperwork that we need to do. Even the reason we are here now is to remove the travel ban. And we are making a good progress. Now, with the timeline we have, is most probably it will be removed on Tuesday. So by Wednesday, I'll be able to travel. But as I said, this had to shift everything. So now I will be making plans to go to Rwanda on Wednesday rather than London, because after missing the first 3 days of the event, it won't be really great because it's totally 5 days. Yes, so what's coming next week? The Masar new landing page, which is an important task on our Akil folks. But we understood what's needed. They are also going to share more information about the content as well as some examples. And we hope that we'll be ready by Wednesday. So there is a busy agenda for the Rwanda trip. And the trip may also take some days from the next week. Now that there is no urgent timeline for the other countries, I may extend my stay in Rwanda to finish all these guys. So if we take a look what's coming, the MOU signings with the universities, meeting with MasterCard Foundation Pan-Africa Programs Director, Ministry of ICT meeting, as well as MOU signing with them as well. Office rental, corporate houses rental, and A2SV registration. So those are the actions we want to finish in this trip. So early next week, we will also continue fleshing out the other remaining items for our Rwanda expansion plans. And this is the agenda that is going to be keeping me busy. If you have any questions or points, please feel free to raise them. If not, thank you very much, team. So we are going to move now. We were at the court for the remaining of the meeting. I will be listening from Dave's phone. See you.
Thank you, Embry, for the updates on the organizational from the organizational side. All right, so let's move on to the next one, and we're going to find remote education updates, and it's going to be presented by Reddy.
Okay, thank you, Amanu. Am I audible? Okay. Hello, team. I'm Reddy, and I'm head of education in G6F, and I'm going to present our last week performance, and we'll discuss about like the next week plans as well. Okay, I will start by presenting our Group 6 education updates, and we started second education phase last week, and we started the first lecture, and we created the track for the second education phase, and we onboarded a new student. It's about 40 students onboarded on the hub, and they start to solve a problem. And we will have a lecture on next week regarding to an week action 2, and they will be part of that lecture as well. And we plan to give them a recap on next week regarding the lectures on the first education phase. And we are about to finalize our eighth round of 1-on-1. And in this 1-on-1 round, the new students
are not part of this round of one-on-one, but our plan is to add them on the next round of one-on-one session. And as a plan for the next week for Group 6 education, we plan to continue our second education phase, and we plan to deliver a lecture on recursion 2, and at the same time we plan to give a lecture on linked list for the newcomers. And as always, we plan to give a contest by tomorrow, and our plan for the next week is also like start a ninth round of one-on-one by including the new onboarded students on the one-on-one session. Yeah, that's all from the Group 6 education updates. And I will jump to the next part, which is a G5 secondary education update. And there's nothing, there's not too much like update on this education, but we are able to started the implementation of the starter project, and our plans also to continue on this task. We plan to continue on this implementation on the next week as well, and there is no additional update on this secondary education. And that's what. And the main win on this week is like onboard the new student on the hub and on the platform, and tell them about everything regarding to the calendar invitation and stuff like that. That was the win on the previous weeks as a team, and that's all. If you have any question, you can ask.
So I guess there is no question for Nuruddin. So thanks for presenting remote education updates. So that being said, let's move on to the next one, and it's going to be HR. So if Dave has something to tell us, like now is the time.
Hi Tim, like I have seen this before, like many times. I have been in with A2SV almost a year, and I have been present to the team like to the minimum 5 times, and there is always a topic I mentioned. One thing attendance, like and heads up and everything. For their support, somehow I've seen the progress and there is change, but when it comes to the attendance, I didn't see any progress. Like you can take as an example, you have around 35 participants. Out of that, you have 9 or 8 no takers, and it's not acceptable to have like total of around you have around 100 something employees or staffs, but out of that you have only 32 participants. You can take or you can excuse remote education as to and everyone education department because it's final year exam, so it's going to be difficult to accept them to participate in the weekly events. But for the rest of the team or core dev team, we have around 45 teammates, but currently I'm seeing only 35 participants. This is going to be for assignment for team leads. Next time for team leads, five or 6 projects or the whole core dev. I'm expecting you to manage or your team to be present in the weekly means. It means they are not in the office. They are expected to be present in the remotely or from their home or from anywhere they are expected to be in the office or expected to be part of this weekly wins. As we know, weekly wins is somehow going to share information if there are any updates or anything. This is the place to ask or to get full information without asking anyone how things done throughout the week and the next week plan. So somehow you have to participate or you have to be present during the weekly meets. So everyone or every team lead expected to manage their team to make sure their teammates are present in the weekly meets. Do you have any question or anything? Suggestion? If not, starting from next week, I'm expecting to see to the minimum 45 attendance, real attendance, not takers or anything. 45 full attendance from core dev team. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Uh, Everything you said is very clear and loud. So let's move on to the next one. We're going to now it's time for core dev teams to present their project updates. Let's start from Escalate, and it's going to be presented by Asnag.
Hello guys. So I'll be presenting the Escalate updates of the week. So this week our wins are, so we increased our backend database coverage to 98%, but we couldn't able to complete our job listing features on the operator panel. We plan to complete it by next week. So we also added a error handling page to we handled error reported in the bug list sheet. So we have tested some of the backend features and there were some bugs. So we were able to handle that. We also implemented the error page for the server and client error to improve user understanding. So which is specifically implemented on the mobile application. We also fixed forms to properly handle the validation. So every required fields and things that are not valid will be handled on the front end side to remove some response time. And we changed some of the state management for a better user experience. So these were our weekly wins. For the plans, we will going to sync the current backend in the front end. Then we will going to deploy it both on GCP. So both the backend and the front end next week. So there is also an interview question. So we will going to evaluate that for the new graduates, specifically for G5. So we will going to interview G5 students in the coming weeks. So after that, we will going to filter them for the Upwork agency we are currently working on. So yeah, this all from Escalate side. Thank you very much. Is there any question?
I guess there's no question for you, Asnag. Thank you for presenting. So let's move on to the next one. And we're going to present Dime next, and it's going to be presented by Muskan.
Okay, hi, hello everyone. For Dime this week, we were working on a final polishing on our 7-bank proposal. Hopefully, we will submit it. I've addressed all of the issues and the comments given by Embry, but since I picked up a cold yesterday and today, I was a bit sick, so I didn't progress very well. So hopefully we'll submit it in the coming week. And we also didn't manage to address deployment issue on the back end. That still needs an attention. And for the wins, we have started Wave Up and the homepage and exchange rates. Mostly the UI is completed, and we plan to finish other pages on the coming week. And also from mobile side, we plan to continue unit tests on features that hasn't been tested yet. And we also plan to increase our test coverage on backend currently, which is 55%. So for plans for next week, submit some bank proposal, and also start a wash bank proposal preparation. We had Emre had a discussion with Awash Bank seniors, and we plan to also prepare a proposal for them as well, and also continue working on unit testing on mobile, and also progress on test coverage backing up to 60%, and deploy Dime landing page that has been done, and we plan to deploy it in the coming weeks. And there's a deployment issue in backend that hasn't been addressed. We also plan to address that on the coming week. If you guys have any question, welcome. If not, thank you. Back to Ahmed.
Thank you, Muskana. I was about to say I'm very impressed by your voice. I mean, it's more masculine and it has more bass. Before I found out it was a cold. God bless you, brother. All right. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to have adults presented by Abdi. So you can continue, Abdi.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. So yeah, we had an incredible week. So I'm gonna start with our wins. So we fixed our failing unit tests from the backend. We resolved the sign-up flow issue on a mobile, and we were able to review and update the bug tracker sheet for mobile, web, and backend, the whole project. We were able to fix the test issues related to Google Cloud Platform. And on the backend, again, we were able to resolve the inside display issue. And yeah, the summer MCH proposal, we're still on progress, and hopefully we will finish it on the coming Wednesday. And then we are also still in progress of testing real-time chat with patient, and also we are continuing our effort to release the iOS version. And the plans for the next week include deploying a web backend systems and release the latest mobile versions, address remaining test issues related to the Google Cloud Platform, and we continue testing failing unit tests on the backend. We fixed test issues related to the Google Cloud Platform, and yeah, like I said, finalizing the MCH proposal submission. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening, and if you have a question, you can ask.
So I have a question. Like, it's not more of a question, but like I want to ask. It's been a while since you guys mentioned the Samoa MCH proposal, and I guess it's been refined. Like it take time, right? So if anyone from Ados, like, or you or Kembon, could tell us like what was the process like. I mean, if we could get something out of it when we make proposals, because like I guess that's the. I mean, it was like very a repeating task. So if you could say something about it, especially Kembon.
Okay, I will. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, but my name is Aman.
Man, okay. I always do this mistake. Okay. Okay, for regarding the summer MCH proposal, like this week we did the last round review with Embry, and he gave me some comments, and yeah, I'm addressing those comments right now, and at most like next week by Wednesday we are planning to submit it. And the reason that we didn't submit it yet is because like when we submit a proposal, we want that proposal to be the best we can do, right? So like we are trying to make to propose the best proposal. So that's why it take like this much time. But hopefully next week we will submit it.
All right, thank you, King. Um, let's move on to the next project, and it's going to be Skill Bridge, and it's going to be presented by Nahum.
All right, hi everyone. So for Skill Bridge Wins, we have built the latest mobile app, and the team has been reviewing it for the final time. And the mobile team has also updated the mobile app framework version to a newer and stable version, which is the Flutter app version. And the bug fix has been completed for the exam and bookmark. And also we have integrated Google Authentication on our web app. And when we go to the backend, we have already started refactoring some structures of the code, and we are almost done. We are almost 45%. We have completed 45% of it, and we have already started fixing some bugs on the AI chat and learning past content part. And for next week's plan, we're going to be covering 40% of the mobile project code. And we'll also be having a team review for the web app, and the web app will also start code refactoring. And for the backend, we'll try to reach up to 70% refactoring, and we'll also try to finish all the bugs that we have in our bug tracker lists. Anyone have a question? Shoot.
Thank you, Naum, for sharing us updates and plans for Skill Bridge team. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to have Akil presented by Brooke.
Hello everyone. I'm going to be presenting you Team Akil's wins and plans. So firstly, we have created a new database for Masar. So the problem was we weren't able to copy all the content from previously. The problem was that we weren't able to copy the content from the Akil database, like users and organizations, to the Masar database. But now that we have completed, that completed, it's been deployed, and it's now functional. We have addressed some bug fixes both on Masar and Akil. Sections include regarding note functionality and organizational translation issues, and we've also done that for the mobile as well, where we have done alignment in text and improvement UI on the profile page, other markdown support for chat, and new UI for no status. And we've also started implementation of upload to Talentpool endpoint, which is still ongoing. As for next week's plans, we're going to be fully focusing on Masar. So we're going to be generating content for the Masar landing page, which we're going to be doing in communication with the Masar team. We're going to be developing this new landing page, which we're going to showcase to Emre by Tuesday or Wednesday morning. We're going to be updating the current Masar colors and icons logo to align with the new Hopi logo and branding. We're also going to be implementing Redis caching for Masar. This is going to make the website a bit faster. We've tested it on Akil, and now we're going to be doing it for Masar. And as for the mobile team, they'll be continuing addressing issues on the mobile platform. If you have any questions, share it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Brooke. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one. But on IKEA, I want to say something, and they've been implementing on their backend um, Redis caching for just making requests very much easier, and I've been witnessing some of the efficiency of it, and I want to just share it with you guys. I don't know why. Let's move on to the next one. All right. Next up we have rated, and it's going to be presented by Bezite.
Okay, thank you. I'll be starting from the link. This week we factored the payments right based on the new UI design. We also conducted project review for web and addressed bugs. We've implemented error handling in the front-end side. We are also working on implementing user analytics UI on the backend side. We have finished implementing request validation schema for backend and also address payment endpoint stream for backend. And next week, we're planning on finalizing the new payments UI. We'll be continuing working on user analytics UI. We'll be addressing changes for payment endpoints, continue writing text on the backend, and payment link options integration on the backend. That'll be it, and thank you.
Yes, thanks, Pizza. So moving next on, we have Ghana education updates, and it's going to be presented by Nathan. If Nathan is around. Um, I guess there is no one from Ghana education updates. Yeah, so all right. Let's move on to the next one. And we're going to have a conclusive remarks for Emre. Like, so if Emre, if you're around, could you give us some conclusive remarks, or there are any other senior members? Let me see. So I guess Emre cannot give us a conclusive remarks. We have to find some senior member and, of course, an old one. And I'm going to nominate uh, Dave Dawit. You were mentioning like you've been here for a year, so you have to have something to say, I guess.
To be honest, I don't feel like I've been at A2SV for a year. I remember my first day, how it felt like. It was like the first one I met was Zelalem and Kenna. And after that, I have met everyone one by one. And it was a good journey. I didn't expect to be like this. And it was a bit challenging. Actually, it wasn't a bit. It was a really challenging task because we don't have any HR member or we don't have any HR senior member or any more HR related department. So it was still difficult to manage a team who have no any intention or have any experience working with HR. So it was a big difficult. That's one thing. The other thing, the good part is everyone is willing to learn, willing to cooperate, and everyone is happy to work with you or to give you feedback, how they feel. And everyone is willing to participate in every aspect, whether it is updating anything or whatever it is. Everyone is willing to do that. So that's one thing. And it's a good experience. It's one thing. The other thing I want to mention is, I know we are currently facing a big challenge, especially the funding and how things done in Ethiopia, and the rumor regarding the continued education of in-person education in Ethiopia, and the projects and everything. So I understand it's going to be difficult for those who are continuing education or part of remote education as well as in-person education team. I know it's going to be difficult until you get the full picture or until you get the full information from Emre or anyone from related to managing the education team. Let's wait and let's hope everything will be solved. This one thing, and I don't have anything to add. But thank you for your timing and for your support, helping to be here. Thank you, and have a nice weekend. Bye.
Dave, I would like to ask a question. Um, who is your favorite employee? I'm pretty sure I'm not the one, but like, if you could mention one person, who would that person be?
Mm.
I mean, and his name starts with, right?
Oh, I'm not gonna mention a name, but they are not with us anymore. But they are one of the best employees I've seen. Like, so I think
It's very
I
sad,
can
like
mention.
you didn't know my name. Mm.
Don't worry, you're not.
Thank God.
Uh, the best team I have working with. Let me see. Back then, Team Orbit is one of the best. When Yabkalu and Adona was here, they are the best. Still, I'm not gonna mention any name. There was a team who was still are difficult to manage, even if they set up a meeting and everything. It's really difficult to get them. You have to call everyone and ask them to be the part of the meeting. So there is a team still difficult to manage. Still, I'm not going to mention the name of the team or anyone from that team. This is
Uh, yeah.
Any question you have or any comments, suggestion you have from the team? I think no one have a suggestion or comments.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you have any comments regarding how Dave operates things, please directly reach out to him. And I've noticed we have Akash on our meeting. So if you could give us a conclusive remark and say the quote of the day and anything you'd like to add, Akash.
Hi, Emmanuel. I won't give the conclusive remarks for one reason. I think this conversation was already pretty fruitful, and since I was not here from the beginning of the meeting, and I also could not meet the people that I wanted to this week, I don't think my conclusive remarks are going to be effective. So rather instead of being just generalizing what I would expect from this week, I rather just let you guys take the wheel here.
All right. So, I guess I should say the quote of the day, and it's a quote from Mark Twain. And the man who doesn't read good books has no advantage over the man who can't read them. Yeah. So the other day, like me, Emery was mentioning this quotes. So like he was telling us like if you had any skills, let's say, for example, let's say reading, and if you're not using that, if you're not reading books, you're not different from a person who's not who hasn't ability to read, right? So everything is given for a reason, and you should utilize uh, those skills. Or I mean, like if you know, like AI is now getting a better in progress, right? So knowing AI is progressing and using those AI tools for just taking those advantage like for yourself or in everything you do. I mean, knowing them, they're powerful is not uh, enough. So, like, you should utilize whatever skills that you have or whatever tools that you have like discovered, so that you could be very much effectful. Um, I guess this is what the quote from Mark Twain holds. I'm pretty sure everyone sees a different perspective, but the way I see it is like this. And I would like to take the time and thank you, all of you guys, for joining May 30's weekly wins. So I hope you have a productive weekend, and I hope you guys I see you all on Mondays at the office. So have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye, everyone.